The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Cowboys now on the clock. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Cowboys now on the clock. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Cowboys now on the clock. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. Tonight, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
And off we go from Denver. Takes it at the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, who burst onto the scene back in 2016 as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now in his 7th NFL campaign.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play 1, and Prescott to the air. They'll roll him out right. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Second into his prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let it pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
first down. Here's the run with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
So out come the Cowboys under head coach Mike McCarthy. They'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction, one of the most exciting players in all of sports, now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, from many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play, they went over 20 yards. This time, they topped 30. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play act.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Evan Ingram from 3 yards out. And the Cowboys take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And Evan Ingram able to finish it off with a touchdown reception. This will be fielded inside the 5. Well, now how about this return? Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now the Cowboys and Broncos, some of you may or may not remember, they played in a Super Bowl back in the 70s, Super Bowl 12, in fact. Won by the Cowboys and Roger Staubach, 27-10. Last year, though, it was the Broncos who put together one of the stunners of the year. Week 9, they led 30-0 at one point in the 4th quarter and wound up hanging on 30-16 in Dallas. Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. It's complete to it, and I think the ball's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Going for the deep ball. And that nearly intercepted. Oh, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Now Winston on 4th down. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground with Mack. They find some open field here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marlon Mack, 41 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it. And out now come the Cowboys. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles. You still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Now Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Mahomes hit. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Mahomes throwing on fourth. Going deep for Hopkins. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, he was just trying to contain DeAndre Hopkins, and he got a little too close.
And because of his ability to line up in different spots on the field and come at you from different angles, different guys have to cover him, and all of them have the same issue. How do you do it without interfering? In this case,
well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Rashad Weaver from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big play here for Dallas. And even 40 yards. When he launched that football, I'm guessing he was thinking end zone, but he'll take it. Now they're knocking on the door.
I like the way you can read his thoughts. Think of it.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 4th. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. On 2nd and 9, Rush. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Rush. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
And remember, here on a miss, this is a live football. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. No whistles. He's still going. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he will score. That is a touchdown. No flags on the field as he picks up the missed field goal and takes it coast to coast. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime in our first preseason matchup of the year. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Back to you guys in just a minute as we've started the countdown to opening night. Remember, the preseason has shrunk from 4 games down to 3. So just 2 more weeks of preseason action follow this, and then we get it all started on the first Thursday after Labor Day. In our game, most of the starters have made their cameo and departed, but plenty of youngsters out there with a lot to gain or lose as we get you right back out to Brandon God.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. DeAndre Hopkins. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take a 3-touchdown lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now rush. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing here, rush. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack. Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Here's Rush to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. To throw is Rush. Now the ball comes loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Well, If these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Toss left to Elliott. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try again with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's a...
And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to the...
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Cowboys, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
From the 44, rush. And the ball is knocked out. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or 2 about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout.
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McCrane, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And certainly this, not the performance that they were hoping for to begin the exhibition season, but still plenty to watch for in this fourth quarter. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rush. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Rush. And it's a fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And bulldozing his way through.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rush. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. On the move past the 40. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Well, this game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it.